Good morning and a very warm welcome from County Tipperary. Today we're in Jim and Elaine Corby's dairy farm and we're discussing Crystalyx Pre-calver and the benefits of using it and how to best utilise using Crystalyx Pre-calver.
We own 180 acres in total. There's 110 here on the grazing block, and they're spring calving pure Friesian while supplying our milk to Tipperary Co-op. This year was particularly challenging year weather-wise. It's a heavy land, and so we're down to 6,200 kilos of milk at 3.5 protein, 4% fat. Normally the herd would produce 6 to 6,800 kilos on a normal year. The drier the year, the better it suits this farm. So we pray for a drought nearly every year. Well, this year now we've fed 1.1 tonne of concentrates. Normally we'd be feeding 700 to 800 kilos of concentrates. Cows would milk quite satisfactorily on a nice, dry, warm year with no summer rations from June to August, September time. There's no buffer feeding. Only until about September we try to stretch out the grass. Even in a dry year, there's never any need to buffer feed cows here. I don't intend to increase cows anymore. 120 is satisfactory for myself and my wife. I'd like to use a good high fibre diet, so I use bale silage, a nice dry bale silage during the dry period. Sometimes I'd have a little more fibre in the bales. I keep separate bales for the dry cow and keep the younger, fresher grass for the calved cows in the springtime. I also use pre-calving mineral lick from Crystalyx. I've been using these for over 30 years. I had tried bag minerals 2 or 3 times. I found them difficult in a way that if you're using dry feed, dry silage, the bag minerals tended to go to the bottom of the silage. And you'd see, when you're sweeping away the rubbish at the end, you'd see your bag mineral. Whereas you put in a tub of Crystalyx into the shed to last 40 cows a week minimum, and the job is done. In the 30 years, touch wood, I've had very, very low instances of milk fever. I've had very healthy calves, good fertility from the cows after. I had very little retention of placentas, so I had very low calf mortality. So I was very happy once I started using them. I had no issues around calving. And they were so easy. Once you have the tub in, it's the job done for the week.
Dry cow management in recent years has become more and more important, and there's a lot more attention paid to it. The cow condition is the first thing that the farmer wants to see right. We want a body score of about 2.5 to 3. Prevention of retained afterbirths and the prevention of milk fevers are the big challenges that the dairy farmer would have. It needs that essential 6 to 8 weeks of rest before the cow calves down and starts its new lactation. And we want strong calvings with good vigour with the calves. And as always, colostrum quality is very, very important when the calf starts to suckle the cow. Pre-calver is a huge part of our market in the dairy sector. More and more farmers are using and converting over to the Crystalyx Pre-calver. They find it very, very good. It utilises the forages that are available on the farm, and again prevents the milk fevers, the retained afterbirths, and makes life easier for the dairy farmer with the forages. It's a low moisture bucket with a very, very high inclusion of mins, bits and trace elements. The intakes, you're looking at about 200 grams per head per day, and in that 200 grams that'll provide them with all the necessary minerals, vitamins, trace elements to prevent any challenges that the dairy cow might have when it starts its lactation. We advise 6 to 8 weeks. That gives the cow enough time to recover from its previous lactation before it starts its new one. And in doing so, in that 6 to 8 weeks, you can adjust the body conditions to suit to a good body score of 2.5 to 3. As well as that there, give the cow a chance to recover and get ready for the next lactation. Silage quality is a very, very important factor. We would recommend that you feed high fibre silage or silage with very little residual fertiliser. There can be problems if it's got a high potash content. It can create bigger problems. But you can see here today, this silage is perfect. It's light in colour, high in fibre. Very obviously it's got no residual fertiliser, no potash in it, so that should not cause any problems, and that'll complement Crystalyx Pre-calver perfectly.